I just remembered this. Woo. Last night during my dreams, I had dreams of waters of blood. Can't remember exactly what the dream was about, but it was weird because it was almost like, kind of like that city Vienna, how there's water all around, like coming almost right up to the sidewalk. It was a situation like that. Wherever I was at, it was like, it felt like the waters were real close to dwelling places and there was blood in them. And what's weird is in the dream, it wasn't no big deal. But thinking about why did I have dreams of waters of blood, rivers of blood, and the spiritual component to that. So I've been observing and documenting different signs of the times. I had that video where the sky was like fire and blood. You know what I'm saying? Just the other day, dude, this bird was walking with me down the road, like out of nowhere, and it reminded me that it's like, truly, our steps are ordered by God, and He has us where He needs us, when He needs us, and sometimes that's easy to forget, and it's real easy to get sidetracked by the scenicness of any journey you take. And if God isn't there to constantly renew your attention, your focus, you know what I'm saying? It's real easy to get way off where you're supposed to be at. Or even sometimes it feels like you're lost, but you're really not. It's just God's getting you to where He needed you to go for whatever reason. And not after that bird, not long after that, a fucking tornado came at me out of nowhere. And I was in a desolate place. There was nowhere to go run except there was a fucking overpass in the middle of nowhere. And it was almost like God led me to shelter in the midst of a freaking tornado. I'm not playing with you. I mean, God answered prayers by lightning. That's in storm and whirlwind. And in the midst of it, I had actually joy and relief. I mean, it is a pretty scary situation. Not just the situation, but what are the freaking chances that all this would happen just like this at this moment right now? If it wasn't somehow there was some kind of divine intervention, manipulation going on there, and it just made me really relook at things again, because the night before this happened, Jonah came on. It auto played because I was listening to audio Bible, and it auto played, and it gave me a real eerie kind of feeling when it was talking about how he was sleeping on the ship and there was all these storms coming, and everyone was like, dude, what did we do wrong? Why is all this coming upon us, man? And then they go start checking their crew members and seeing what their nationality is. And Jonah's in there and he's like, yeah, I ran from what God told me to do, and you guys might as well just throw me overboard. And they did throw him overboard over this. And then this happened to me. So could have been a lot worse. I could have went to Never Land and or somewhere over the rainbow, because like seriously, there was a fucking tornado. I saw the fucking skeleton. Wait, the Leviathan, giant crocodile spirit come out of the sky. I seen a bunch of crazy stuff. I can't really explain it. And what was weird too is that I was rolling, and it was like someone drained my freaking camera. Like a spirit or something drained my camera battery because it was full. And then I looked at it, it was at 15%, and I was like, fuck, man. I ain't even to my destination yet that I wanted to record. And I unplugged the battery, then I plugged it in again, and it was totally freaking dead. And I was like, what the F? But I was like, well, I'm not going to let this discourage me. I guess, I'm just going to keep pushing on. Then a fucking tornado comes, and I didn't have a camera to even record it, which it was awesome to see, though. I'm glad I got to see it. But look, I'm not the one to make up tall tales and exaggerate, unless we're telling stories, you know what I'm saying? But I don't do too much of that anymore. Maybe when I was young, when we was younger people, it was fun to pull people's leg. But now, I don't like it when people pull my leg, so I don't like to pull others' legs. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't just tell people this for attention seeking or anything like that. It's just, I'm telling you, man, it's like, look, there's ways you can tap into a deeper and higher level of spiritual understanding, and the way your spiritual sphere will increase in size. You know what I'm saying? And that only comes through higher levels of faith, and that just means belief. It doesn't necessarily mean blind belief, but it could. It just means when you ain't got the evidence right now, it's good to believe anyway, because you know in your heart that what you're saying is true. That is good to do. But look, for others of us, no, we have seen the evidence of these things. Like, look, really seen the evidence of them. So it's like there's less room for doubt, which opens the door for a stronger faith. And it's not easy neither, because it was kind of, this whole thing for me has been a harsh rebuking. But at the same time, it's re-encouragement that, look, that, yeah, there's room for error, and God will work with it still. You know what I'm saying? And he'll route you back in, even if you get out the way a little bit. That's if you're one of the people who've had asked him to do that, or someone on your behalf has interceded for you and asked God to do that for you. So there are kind of stipulations, or you could just be one that was marked and chosen and picked from in your mother's womb to do certain things. Or you can go and, like Jacob, and wrestle with the angels, the supernatural, the spirits, and you can don't let go till you receive your blessing. There's a few ways you can get this. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe it's a combination of these things for me personally. But I don't know. I'm going through a heavy season of don't allow my imagination and my grasping mind to think I know what the frick's going on or what's going to happen right now. Right now, God's really telling me to depend on Him, wait on Him, listen for what He tells me to do. Don't confuse what He's telling me to do with what I want to do or I think I should do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting hammered with. But I mean, it's like, look, not really hammered. No one's actually cracking me with a hammer now. But some of these revelations I get are like a crushing weight of a fucking hammer coming down on me. But yet, God willing, He sustains me through these things, these strange things that for some reason I'm destined to see and go through and witness. But that's a reason. Wait, all right, never mind. All right, I gotta go. Bye-bye.